Hey guys, good morning. Just wanted to start today with going over some more practice problems in standard form. Just going to be a short video to start class, make sure you guys have a good understanding of things. Again, you'll see me kind of do a few of these, and then my plan is to hopefully allow you the opportunity to try some on your own or within small groups. So let's take a look here, okay? And again, the directions are important. It says just identify the vertex and the axis of symmetry. So for number one, we're not asked to graph or anything. We just have to identify the vertex and the axis of symmetry that's in standard form. So as I told you yesterday, you have to first find the x coordinate, and we do so by negative b over 2a. So remember, when something is in standard form, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, so the b term here is this negative 16. So a negative times a negative 16 divided by 2, right? Because a is 1, so 2 times 1. Two negatives are going to give us a positive. So 16 divided by 2. Our x-coordinate, remember, we're trying to find our vertex here. Our x-coordinate of that vertex is 8. And once we establish the x-coordinate, we simply just have to plug it back in to get y. So let's see. 8 squared minus 16 times 8 plus 59. All right. 8 squared is 64. Let's see. 16 times 8. I think it's 128. All right. And then plus 59. Yeah, 128. Okay, so 64 minus 128 plus 59. I think that's negative 64 plus 59. So I think our y coordinate here should be negative 5, right? Negative 64 plus 59 would give us negative 5. Yeah, so our vertex right here is positive 8 and negative 5, right? It also says to find the axis of symmetry, the AOS. Well, our AOS is just simply the x-coordinate of our vertex. So our two answers here would be our axis of symmetry and our vertex. All right. Let's look at one more problem together. Down here, the directions say to graph. Okay. We're given again in standard form. We have to go about using the same steps that we just did. So the first thing I would do is find my x-coordinate by doing negative b over 2a. Now, I'm not going to write that this time. I'm not going to write negative b over 2a. Just going to plug in the values and solve, right? So b is negative 2. And look, some students each year will want to label a, b, and c. That might be the first thing they do. That's fine. All right, so b is negative 2. A is negative 1. Looks like we would have positive 2 over negative 2. So the x-coordinate of our vertex is negative 1. We then have to plug it back in. As I said yesterday, just be careful. This is where small mistakes can happen. And this is the tough part about the problem, is just making sure that you avoid those mistakes. You take your time, you follow the correct order of operations. Negative 1 squared, all right, it's positive 1, right? You do the exponent first. So positive 1 times this negative on the outside. Okay. Negative 2 times negative 1. And then plus 1. So it looks like the y coordinate would be 2. Right? We would get 1 plus 1. We get 2. Let's go and plot that point. So I go left first, right? Negative 1. I do the x coordinate first. I move left and I go up 2. I'm going to make a point there. Now, after we have that point, where do we go next? Well, we look at A, right? A gets you to where you go next. And A is negative 1. So I would go down 1 and over 1 this way and that way. Right? And I also said yesterday, I said that this value C, just from looking at the function in standard form, we know the y-intercept. All right? It's the value of y when x is 0. In other words, it's where your graph will cross the y-axis. And look where it crosses here. let me draw it first. It crosses at +1. All right, so we knew that just from looking at the problem. Now, we happen to also land on +1 because of A, because we went down 1 and over 1 in both directions. All right. So again, here's just a quick video, guys, outlining simply how to just find the vertex and the axis of symmetry, and then going down here and actually graphing it. All right. Thanks, guys.